we are here with episode 9 of the Warlock Wars.
Yes.
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
9. I'm doing great. My ass is really sore.
It's sore?
Yes, I couldn't even sit down today.
Do I want to ask
feel
why?
it now. Huh?
Why?
No,
Why?
for a good reason. I was working out.
Okay.
Yes.
Because today's topic is sex and soul ties, so I just wanted to make sure.
Right. This is Sex and Soul Ties Part 2.
Yes, it is. We hope that all of you had a beautiful weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, we about to do episode 9, so let's jump right into it with our card. You wanna go first? You go first.
Yeah. All right. So the first card is plan. List the steps you need to take to achieve a goal. The first step is show up.
Ooh.
The first step is show up, whether you are prepared or not. Sometimes you just gotta get what you got and just go. Like, don't worry for the perfect time.
Yes.
None of that. There's no perfect time, no perfect alignment. Just get your shit and go. Go run across the street. Take that risk. The second plan, create healthy habits. That's another plan. Yes. Focus on your habits instead of your goal. Like, yeah, you can focus on your goal, but you got to create healthy habits to achieve a goal. You know what I mean?
I see where you're going, because at first,
yes.
I'm not going to.
Because if
I'm
you're
like,
not
hold
consistent,
on. But I got what you're
then
saying.
you ain't going to achieve your goal. Feel me?
Yeah.
So those are my top 2. The second part of this is name 3 things you will learn along the way. You will learn to be patient with yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You will learn to be patient with yourself. So that's 1. 2, you will learn to be kind to yourself. Because sometimes that road to your success isn't always a smooth road. You know what I mean? There's always going to be some bumps along the way, some potholes, little accidents here and there.
Bridges on fire.
Bridges on fire.
Swamp monsters and
road
trolls.
closed. Sometimes you got to take a detour. Feel
Right.
me? Like be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. The last thing that you will learn along the way is, damn, you can do it. Some people can't see beyond where they're at now. So some people fear the unknown when they want to accomplish something.
Definitely.
So once you reach that destination, that's what you're going to learn is that, damn, I could do it.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yes.
I like those.
Yes.
So list the steps you need to take to achieve a goal. Steps that you need to take to achieve a goal.
Yeah.
For me personally, steps that I take, I visualize it. Once I visualize it, I can see it. It feels like I feel like if you can see it, you can achieve it, right? So I visualize it. I visualize myself doing it. Then I write it out.
Yeah.
After I write it out, whether it's bullet points or chicken scratch on a piece of paper, I get it down, I put it on paper. And then the last step is to prepare. What do I need? Do I need to get in shape for this? Do I need to buy an outfit for this? Do I need to learn a new technique to be, whatever it is? But those are the steps that I take when I'm trying to achieve a goal. I visualize, I write it down, and I prepare. 3 things that I learn along the way. I learn what my weaknesses are. Because like you said, it's not a smooth road. There's definitely challenges.
Yes.
I learn what my strengths are. I see what I'm capable of doing. Like you said, you can do it.
Yes.
Once it becomes another strength for me.
Right.
And the last thing I learned along the way, I like your answer. I'm rolling with that. That I can do it.
That you can do it.
That I'm
Yeah.
able. That I'm able.
Yes.
I like
you are
that.
able. Remember that. Write that down. You are
Plan.
able.
You always need a plan B.
Facts.
Not a plan B. It's a plan A. Some people believe like you don't need a plan B. There is no plan B.
There is no plan B.
This is plan A.
Yeah.
That's if you're like a reckless
Yes.
person.
Is something right? Is this something that
Everybody loves a plan
Hey,
B
yo.
because everybody loves safety.
Hey yo.
Okay. My card. Reward. Oh, I like rewards. Name things you got for doing well. Name emotions you felt for doing well. Things I got for doing well. Well, I could say as a kid, I would get, candy, lollipop stickers, extra pencils in school for answering or, things like that, awards in school. As an adult, things I would have gotten for doing well. Nobody I mean, I guess in a relationship, when you respect somebody and you give them love, they want to give you gifts.
Yeah.
So gifts is a way to, reward the love, I guess. But I can't really speak to getting like rewards from like an employer or anything.
Yeah.
Things I get for doing well is my accomplishments. The feeling of like, I did it.
Yeah.
Name emotions
good
you
feeling.
felt. Yes, it is. Name emotions you felt for doing well. I feel purposeful. I feel confident.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with that. Purposeful and confident. And then describe the difference.
Yep.
Happiness from doing well. Happiness from getting something for doing well. That's a lot, Yaya. Why you give me this card?
Right.
I give it a damn card.
Right.
Happiness from doing well. The difference. Happiness. What is happiness? I feel like happiness is subjective.
Yeah. Happiness is a choice.
Right. Happiness is something that is like a state that you cultivate from within. Doing well sounds like, see, when I think of doing well, I think of verb, like doing something well, in action, doing well, not feeling well, because feeling well could be healthy. So that's the difference for me. Happiness is an inner feeling. Doing well is a verb. It means you're in action doing something the proper way. Now, what the proper way is, I can't tell you because that determines on what it is you're doing.
Right.
Okay. Happiness from getting something for doing well. Okay. So that sounds like the reward.
Yeah.
You are experiencing happiness from being rewarded for doing well. Damn, that's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
We're supposed to talk about sex and soul ties.
Right. Right. We get into the positive. We get to the freaky shit. So name things you got for doing well. I got a lot of praise, shout outs, results for doing well.
Yes.
Definitely the
Ooh.
results. That's all I care about. You can give me
That's your industry.
gifts, rewards of all you want. Yes, that's all I want is results.
Yeah.
Results for me, for other
like
people. Name emotions you felt for doing well. You feel prideful, like you take pride in what you
yes.
do. You feel excited and motivated to do more.
I love that.
Yes.
I love those answers.
Yes. And happiness from doing well. So describe this difference, happiness from doing well to happiness from getting something for doing well. I feel like the difference is, this is,
I know, right? It's a
this
mouthful.
One of the things like you gotta
Take
think.
it slow. Yeah, you gotta take it slow.
Right.
I had to
So-
read it out loud twice.
So for the happiness of doing well, like I said, prideful, you become more motivated to do more. It's like,
Sorry.
and happiness from getting something for doing well. I feel like they're kind of similar. Like it's more like a thankful feeling, I guess, from getting something for doing well. It's a thankful feeling.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
like all
it's
of
a
that.
humbling feeling, like if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. And that is that on that.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to kick it off with the
Sex and soul time.
part 2. Before we go into it, you can expect to have an episode of Sex and Soul Ties every month. We have a lot more announcements coming up, but we
Yes.
will announce that on our social media pages, Facebook and Instagram. You can find us at Warlock Whores on Instagram and The Warlock Whores on Facebook.
Yes.
Plenty of announcements. But Sex and Soul Ties part 2 for now. Catch a vibe, set the mood. Read the room, foreplay, and romanticize it.
Yes.
Okay. What we got?
That's
How do you set the mood? What is your idea of
You see,
a vibe?
you see how I'm looking at the camera, right?
How you looking?
You see how
I see you.
we gotta learn how to read the room. I feel like that art is almost lost a little bit. I mean, it is on my end. I haven't really been fulfilled like that on the romantic part, but set the fucking mood. So what that means to me is literally do something special. It don't gotta be super expensive. Put little rose petals.
Okay.
Play some music.
Okay.
Light some candles.
Vibes.
Is it that hard to do? No, it's not. Okay.
So it's not. It's
Sorry, that was personal. But
It does sound personal.
I just feel like niggas like want to get straight to the point, and it's like,
Yeah.
hello, what happened to foreplay? What happened to just like,
Ooh,
yeah,
wait.
set the tone.
Yes. One thing that I
Damn.
experience, I don't experience this now, but when dating So I would, ask, show up, what we doing, what we getting into. Most times it would be people showing up with a bottle.
Yeah.
That was like the thing, like a bottle.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is this? Do you want to get to know me? I get it. It's cool, it's chill, but I feel like be more intentional.
Yes.
Be more intentional. Come with, show me your character. Show me what you think of me.
Give me a reason to want to fuck.
Or get to know you.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah.
Or
that
part. Slowly roll. Okay. No. But the bottle thing, being intentional, like you said, put some intention behind it.
Yeah.
There's a thing of, swaying it out of you. Some people are built like that, though. I feel like some people, it depends on the connection. If you're just there to get straight to it, it depends on what the arrangement is, honestly. Because if a person is just there to smash and dash, it's like, what is the point of all of that?
Right.
So, but personally,
that's why I just been staying to myself, honestly, because like I like the romance. I like little passionate things like that. I don't like quickies. I don't want to fuck in the car and stuff. I did that shit a long time ago. I'm over it now. You know
so
what I mean?
You hear that, people? This is from a grown woman.
Yeah, like
getting to wanting to connect.
Right.
On a deeper level.
Right. Been there,
romantic,
done that. Let's grow up and move on.
Yeah. I can't say that I've had experience with like rose petals and all that type of shit. Me
neither.
In my home, I light candles all the time anyway. I have tea light candles everywhere in my home. So I'm romantic with myself. I take bubble baths with myself. I put candles and crystals around my bath. So that's something that I do for me. I don't even know how I would react. If I'd be surprised. I'd be like,
I just want someone else to do it for me for once.
I'd probably be awkward as hell.
Yeah.
If I walked in and saw that.
Really?
Yeah, because I've never experienced it.
Oh,
look at you. Oh.
Shy.
That's what you do. Yes. Read the room. That was interesting that you said that, read the room, because I use the term read the room for not for sexual purposes, but definitely for energy. When
that too. And check the energy. Yeah.
So catching a vibe. When you catch a vibe and read the room, that could also go into when you're meeting a person.
Yes.
And you're in a space and it's like, damn, I want to talk to that person, but are they into me? And if they are not into you, can you read? Can you understand that? Or are you going to keep pressing and being annoying when it's like catch a hint?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that falls under catching a vibe and reading a room. Yeah.
That too.
Because some people don't know when to quit. It's like they'll keep going, and it's cute at first, but after a while it can be a little creepish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
What else?
See, I went straight to the point. I was rated R. You was rated PG-13.
No, but you didn't even get rated R yet because foreplay is on here. So what is it about foreplay, Yaya?
Almost another lost art. Like that's why you got to pick and choose. You got to pick and choose correctly. Foreplay is literally the most important part of sex.
Yeah.
Sex should be last.
Yeah.
Sex should definitely be last.
I agree.
That's like literally going down a water slide with no water.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why would you just try to shove it in? You know what I mean?
What is your idea of foreplay?
Foreplay, hair playing, massages, oral, French kissing. Do we still say French kissing? I haven't said that in a long time.
Right. I feel like kissing is kissing at this point.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Things like that. Like physical attention. You know what I mean? Like
physical.
Like make that person aroused.
Yeah. I notice that when I feel foreplay, I notice that I feel more stimulated when I'm intellectually stimulated.
Mental stimulation.
Yeah, mental stimulation for sure. And softness in a sense of like, slow touch. Like you said, like the hair playing, slow touch, things like that. Like, it depends though, because if there's drinks involved and it's like we got to get to it and we get busy, then that's a different story. But foreplay for sure, I agree with what you said.
Right.
Oral, I was gonna say something that was like stereotypical, but it's like as someone who dates women, it's like oral is a thing. But I am learning, on my experience, that was a thing for the fingers and the oral. That's sex between women, but there's also more ways to explore each other and more ways to please each other for
Yeah.
consent. So
Yes.
I guess
Take your time. Take your time. Don't need a
Yeah.
rush.
Oh,
You ain't
what
going
about
nowhere.
tantric? Have you ever heard of tantra?
Yes,
Tantric?
I heard.
I
I
would
heard
like
it
to
was
try that.
nice.
Yeah, they have classes. They have like
What?
workshops and groups and things like that. Tantric, it has to do with
Ooh.
very intentional, conscious, meditative almost, where you just move really slow and it starts with staring and breathing and looking into each other's eyes. And all that type of stuff. So that's definitely something to look into if you're looking to be more sensual,
Yeah.
more slow with your
Yes.
foreplay and conscious. I feel like tantra, it's spiritual too. Tantric, it's
I
definitely
like
spiritual.
that. See, yeah, I like stuff like that. I like passion and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Trust and access. What we got?
So, trust and access. Know your worth. So that starts with that. Knowing when to give access to somebody. If they show some red flags, and I talked about this the last episode with Sex and Soul Ties, practice discernment.
Yeah.
If that person ain't for you, don't give it to them. Don't feel bad for not giving it to them either. Because sometimes we tend to run into people that could manipulate you into having sex. That's called what? Coerced sex or something similar to rape. So there's a lot of people that are like that would try to manipulate you and they fuck up the mood and stuff. So don't just get up and go.
I haven't had experience with that, but definitely to point on that no means no. That is something that we were taught since children. And if it's not a vibe and if, it's not mutual, the consent, then it's not a go.
Exactly.
It is a go home.
Exactly.
Okay? It's a, and not just speaking to men, speaking to women too. We're all human and sometimes people apply pressure and they don't respect when a person is not open or wanting it in the moment. So that's why when you say trust and access, trust is so important. I can remember a time in my life where trust was not important when it came to sex.
Yeah.
Because I was going through a course of being promiscuous, and I've spoken about it on here before, where it was more so me looking outside of myself for admiration, wanting to know that I'm desired because this may sound cocky. I look like this now, but I did not always look like this. I was heavier. I was bigger. I went through a phase of just wanting to be wanted. And then as a child, I think that stems from like daddy issues, daddy and mommy issues, feeling like, I didn't get attention and I was desired in that way, so I took it how I could get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was attention for me. So I didn't understand that trust was necessary or how important trust was when you are giving something so sacred away.
Yeah.
But I definitely understand that now, and trust is a big, big factor. The experience is better when there's trust involved.
Yeah.
You're more open, you're more willing to try new things. And even if it's not like a super intimate, I'm dating you, we go together.
Exactly.
Even if it's just a fling, there has to be a sense of trust to know like you're gonna protect me, you're not gonna bring me no diseases, you're not gonna bring me up in your drama if you see other people.
Yes.
Trust is so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure you're giving it to somebody that, like you just said,
Sacred.
you can trust, and someone that can protect you, someone that's not going to, put you through some unnecessary bullshit. Make sure it's somebody that you can call in an emergency.
Ooh, but wait, not everybody is fucking people
But
they
you-
want to bring to an emergency.
But you know what I mean? No. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to have that sexual relationship or even just that close relationship, if you feel like they're not going to have your back, then why? Why give it to them?
That
you
depends
get what I mean?
on where they are on the journey. I know I'm
Yeah.
with you. If I can't call an emergency, you can't touch me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's how
shit
I
like that. A
feel.
hug, nothing.
Yeah.
But when it has to do with, it depends on where they are on their journey. That's one thing that I want us to separate on this episode. It's like while we're talking about sex and soul ties, it's not always that deep because in the era we live in now, you see all the apps. All the apps, they hooking up. It's like people just want to connect, and they're connecting in ways that they think are safe. So everything is not that deep with the trust, but there does have to be a sense of clear expectation of, I trust that I know what you want.
Yeah.
I trust that you're going to tell me what you want. There's no confusion here. You know what I mean? Like that's important.
Yes.
Even if it's not that deep.
Yes.
Now access. Have you ever had an experience with like a person who you were not serious with? How much access did they have? Like, how were you texting? How were you communicate? Like, how much access does the person have if they're not your partner or somebody that you're dating seriously?
That's a good question.
Ooh, it just came to me.
That's a good question. Are you talking about like friends with benefits?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, I would say just have that mutual agreement that it's not going to be anything serious. You don't really got to worry about dates and shit. It's just, regular communication, phone calls, texts.
Can they text you on a late night?
Yeah.
All around the clock? No limits on that?
Well, probably not, because I'm probably going to be asleep, but I'm probably be knocked out. Yeah. But, well, I used to tell somebody, if I don't respond right away, give me a call. Yeah. Yeah, give me a call.
How you think they used to do it back in the day when they didn't have cell phones if they wanted to hook up? Meet me at the payphone on
They used to
on
throw
Lennox.
rocks at the window.
That's what I'm saying. How do you think they used to get together?
Right. Or play some music. Do this with the speaker.
If you're down to fuck, meet me at the train station on Thursday at 8 p.m.
Right. Right. The beepers. Remember the beepers?
Right. Beat me, baby.
Right.
That's so funny, yo. And that was just the app. It's like a heart, and it's like, ooh, do they want to fuck? Because they hearted my status. Like, no.
Right.
Seriously, it's like that's the world we live in now. It feels like everybody has access. Everybody. Sometimes I'm home minding my business, and a stranger will call me on FaceTime on Facebook. A stranger, and it's like, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, I hate that.
It's like access denied. Yeah. Access denied, bro. I don't know.
Why are you
that.
calling me on Facebook?
Yeah. That's a different subject. That's a different episode.
Girl, somebody did that to me before.
Right.
You know that person too.
I do.
Yes.
We not gonna do it on air.
I ain't gonna disclose it, but it was hilarious.
I like this next one.
We'll talk about that story later.
I would like to know.
Yes.
But we're not gonna put you on blast.
Right.
Body count. Women versus men, does it matter?
To me personally, and I see this question a lot, would you date somebody if they had a large body count? To me personally, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. As long as you don't got like 10 baby moms, like Future, you know what I mean? As long as you don't got like a history of STDs and stuff like that, and you're using protection and you just doing shit to protect yourself. There's no wrong with being a sexual being at all. I don't understand the obsession with the body counts.
I think it has to do with it's just another way for people to compete or project power, or like one's better than the other.
Police people's bodies,
exactly. Policing bodies. That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
And I notice it's targeted towards women, and that's something I don't understand, because you don't want us to have a high body count, but you do. Who are you having sex with? Who are you having sex with?
Answer the question.
If you have a body count and I can't have a body count, who are you having sex with?
Answer the question.
Your homies?
Your homies.
I mean, dick do feel good, so I don't blame you. Feel me?
Why does she always go left?
You always go left.
I ain't mad at it. They need to hear
Think
somebody.
Think about that question. Think about that.
When I think of, it's funny, me and my girl, we were talking about this yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We were talking about body counts, and I felt very accepted. She said, can you count on your hands? Can you use your toes too? And I'm just looking, and she's like, oh shit. But it's still like that feeling. Like you said, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's all about how safe you are.
Exactly. I disputed mine with Credit Karma.
We talked about that. Credit. Push credit.
Right.
Disputing. That is so funny. That is so funny.
I went down to 1.
I'm not gonna lie. There are times when I think about who I have given access to me and my body. I definitely have regrets, but I've accepted that it is what it is.
Yeah,
but I learned a lot of things just reflecting on why I moved, how I moved, and how many.
I learned more about myself with all these individuals. That was a terrible word choice, but yeah, I learned a lot about myself and what I wanted from somebody. It changed my standards a lot more too. Definitely changed my standards.
Tell me about that.
A lot. Like learning when to give access, if that person is worth it. That person could have some good dick, but is that person worth it? Ooh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I
It's
think
like-
about that. Does that
yeah.
person respect you? Does he respect you? Does he treat you right? Does he wait for you when you walk in the house, or does he drive off? Little things like that.
Little
I take
things,
I
yes,
take everything
yes.
personal now.
It's not even that you take it personal. It's that you're observing
Yeah.
and lining it up with who you are and what you expect for yourself.
Exactly.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. And you're not nobody's teacher either. It's, you know,
Right.
people, it's respect.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
But that's like chivalry. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Chivalry. So you like a chivalrous. Is that
Yeah.
a word? Lionel, is that a word?
Chivalry.
Chival.
Chival.
A chival. A chival individual.
I like things like that.
Yeah.
And even
beautiful.
like in the middle, like in the moment, like make sure that person is respecting you. Like I mentioned before, consent.
Yes.
Even if you change your mind or if they not doing something right, make sure they're listening to you.
Yeah.
Definitely listen to a person's body. Pay attention to that person's response. A lot of people don't do that.
That's true too. And I think that ties back to the tantric that I was talking about.
Yes.
That it's more about not just in it for the race and the selfish satisfaction.
It's more
of
than just shaking the
coming.
bed.
Exactly. It's more about pleasing, learning.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yes. So definitely. What was I going to say? I was going to say something else about body count. Body count. It doesn't matter.
It
I guess this
doesn't.
ties into our next topic, shame and guilt. There is nothing to be guilty about. If you
Yeah.
are a sexual being,
Nothing wrong with it.
be a hoe if you want to be a hoe. What is a hoe? It's a garden tool, but we calling it a hoe tonight because that's what our culture calls it, right? But if that's what you want to be, then you be that. But practice
Right.
conscious, safe relations.
Yes. Good
You know?
intentions. Be what was I gonna say? As long as you are not harming other people and people aren't harming you, you are good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. I went through
Get
a phase-
tested.
Definitely. I went through a phase where, you know, dating and it's certain things I had to learn starting over again. Not everybody needs to come to your house.
Yeah.
Not everybody needs
right.
to, you know, not everybody needs to meet your family, your friends, your kids. Not everybody. There's certain things, and I guess that falls under access as well. There's certain things that when dating and getting to know the person that you want to connect with, again,
Yeah.
it depends on what level you're trying to connect with people.
That's right.
But be very intentional about how you go about giving it away. You can give it away when, how, wherever you want, but just protect your energy, protect your body,
Yeah.
protect your peace.
Because
Because
that
people come with baggage.
Yeah, and that emotional connection is real. So be mindful who you connect with, because you
That's
could
where-
be emotionally attached to the wrong person.
Definitely. Ooh, I
That's
like
a-
how this is turning
Yes.
into another segment of Soul Ties.
Yes.
And we're back. And we're going to jump right into Soul Ties.
Yes.
We try to touch on the topic. We did touch on the topic on the first part of Sex and Soul Ties. However, we felt like we kind of breezed through it. We didn't really go in depth about our experiences or just things that happen in these connections. So we wanted to take a minute to talk more in depth about Soul Ties. And we can kick it off with the most popular term
Yes.
I'm hearing now these days, which is the twin flame.
Yes.
What is a twin flame? Let's just go over
I
that
can never
one more
grasp
time.
that definition.
Right.
You have to help me out, sister.
So I am not a professional. I do not know, but based on just research or things that I have seen or experienced, a twin flame can be easily deemed as something that is toxic. But what I feel it is when two people are whole by themselves, they are strong people, they come together and they stand by each other without lessening themselves or losing parts of themselves, and they stand firm and empowered together. And if it works and they don't trigger each other in a way that creates chaos, and because that's the thing about the twin
Yeah.
flame connection, it's, you know, people lose themselves and it's a toxic cycle. They
Yeah.
love each other so much, but yet they can't be together because there's so much in common. It's like that kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
However, if people are conscious, if the twin flames are conscious, they can go on to be the best versions of themselves and impact a world. They can impact the world in a great way. That's my idea of what a twin flame. They're a powerful union. But they trigger each other and mirror themselves back to each other.
That's
but only the
interesting.
strong survive.
That is interesting.
That's my spin on it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. Child. Someone tried to explain to me what a twin flame was, and I was like, huh? So I don't know if I've ever really experienced that before. I probably have, but I don't know because he and I don't really talk like that no more.
You mentioned that he was a friend. He could have been a catalyst to your change.
Yeah.
However, it just wasn't gonna work. I think that we might get multiple twin flames. That's the thing about me in spirituality. I feel like everything is a human construct. I feel like we take these terms like twin flame, soulmate, whatever, right? We take these terms and we run with it when it's like it can really be applied to anybody if we wanted that person. In my mind, it's like if I want this person to be my soulmate, I'm going to become the person that I need, that I want my soulmate to be. Yeah. And we can make it work. You know what I'm saying? If it's healthy and if it's aligned with who I am, of course. My experience, I feel like you can have twin flames as friends as well. It's not just romance. Because I've met people who are just like similar to me and we trigger each other in ways, you know, and we push each other and we grow together. It's not always sexual. Yeah. But we kind of, you know, sometimes it doesn't
like
work.
Clash.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I have experience with what we would call a twin flame. There's always some clashing, but you have to be able to stand strong in your own energy for it to work.
Yeah. Okay.
What soul ties speak to you? Like what is something you've experienced with the soul ties?
The karmic ones.
Karmic.
Yes. Yeah. And what I mean by that is it could be the same situation, different faces, that type of situation.
Ooh.
Yeah. That never-ending cycle. And it could be, I can give you a few examples. So example number one, and I'm talking about like on a romantic side. So example number one would be he just got out of a relationship and now he's a placeholder in your life.
So this is something that you've experienced karmically.
Yes.
You find men who are coming out of relationships and they're jumping into it with you.
Yes, that's my favorite one because they just they go right back and
I
they
love
ghost
that you said that's your favorite one. Like you're taking accountability for like what you are choosing because that there really is. We choose it.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before. It's like why do we keep attracting the same fucking story?
Exactly. Yeah. That or they don't take you seriously. They just see you as like, you know, a piece of meat. That or dang, there's quite a few. Or the ones that, I mean, that's similar to the first example. Some of them, they just don't let their baby moms go and they got issues with the family, like things like that. So it's like the same cycles that come over and over again. And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm still learning how to break that cycle. So this is a hard conversation to talk about.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Have you noticed progress from in between these karmic?
Just a little bit. Now that I'm starting to peep the red flags early, now I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. That's not my situation.
You say I want you to say that when you notice the what early? The
red flags. Yes.
Like you're paying attention.
Now I'm paying attention. Yeah. Now I'm not moving without willpower, if that makes sense. Yeah.
You're not allowing your hormonal and that dopamine, that you're not letting the chemicals in your body dictate what values you have for yourself. It's like, I'm not going through this again.
Yeah.
Red flag, cut it short.
Yes. And now I don't give people the benefit of the doubt anymore. I just see people for who they are and I leave them alone. Sometimes you got to see things for black and white and not gray.
That is the most dangerous thing. I actually heard a psychologist say that, like giving somebody the benefit of the doubt is like, it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Right.
Benefit of the doubt.
If they're showing you who they are the first time, it's not going to change the second time.
Yeah.
There's no benefit.
Something for me, my karmic, I like how you put it. It really put things into perspective for me. Like one thing that I've been dealing with so something that I saw continuously showing up in my life were codependent relationships. That was my karmic cycle. Yeah. It was like I was getting into relationships thinking that I can fix people or save people or, you know, just be by their side and we lean on. But what that would lead to is like no separation or no autonomy or no, it was like I couldn't tell if I was feeling a type of way because they're feeling a type of way. Like there was no separation. That was my karmic cycle. And I would be like, yo, why am I miserable? Why do I feel drained? Why, you know, but but I noticed, I think I broke that karmic cycle. I still struggle with emotions at times where it's like, okay, they're sad. Is it something I did? You know, but it's not as panic or anxious as it used to be. Now it's more of an observation. Like, okay, I noticed that my mood is shifting right now, but that's reasonable because I am around this human and I care about this human. So it's impacting me, but I'm not going to feel bad. I'm going to ask if they're okay. It's like it's interdependence instead of codependence, where we lean on each other and we understand that we have needs that we fulfill for each other. But at the same time, we're free to be ourselves. We're free to feel how we need to feel and give each other space. And there's a separation. And I feel like that cycle for me has come to an end for now. At this moment.
And there was another karmic cycle that I used to go through, and it was like literally like my last relationship was a lot of people that I kind of dealt with, they kind of dumped their trauma onto me. There's a difference between having a friend in need and you doing what you can to grow and heal from your traumas, but then there's people who actually dump their trauma on you. And
it's like you're reliving it with them. Like you can really
and the
feel
energy is so contagious. They use you as a punching bag,
right?
Things like that. Like, it's just like.
And you seem like an empathetic person.
Yes,
like you'll listen and be like, oh, and I mean, you do that with me.
And you start taking on people's problems, and it's like you can't help it because, like, if you got a healing spirit, you like to heal people. You like to try to fix people, and that's what gets you in trouble sometimes. It's a blessing and a curse.
That's one thing I want to talk about to the good people of Warlock Whores, our supporters, right? When it comes to being a healer, first of all, that term is used as if it's a prize to be a healer. I believe, oh look, the candle's going out.
Right.
Stop the show.
That's
this
symbolic.
Is real talk. I feel as though everybody is a healer.
Yeah.
Everybody is responsible for their own healing. You can't fix nobody. You can show up and you can try to do it the right way. You don't know there's so many times that I thought that I could just explain something and try to force them to see my way and understand. People are only ready to understand and be who they are until they realize and have some awareness like, oh, I need to change this. Yeah. You know what I mean? But us healers, which everybody's a healer, we think that we can go in and fix things and soothe them, but they have to be their own healer. You can't heal somebody else's wounds. They have to they're carrying it. They got to get used to the weight. They got to tend to the wounds, put some ointment on it for themselves. You could be there. You could rub their back. You could say, I'm here. Protect yourself, because resentment is a real thing.
Yes.
You think you are helping somebody, but then you start to notice they're not doing what you said, because they don't fucking have to do what you say.
Right.
They're not doing what you're recommending, and now it's like, oh, they don't listen to me. Do they not respect me? And now it's resentment. And I speak because this is really something that I experienced, and I had to check myself. Like, okay, leave them where they are. They can't go with you.
Leave them where they are.
They can't go with you.
Yes. Put this on a t-shirt. Leave them where they are. I literally just did that to somebody I truly love. And I don't want to put too deep into detail, but I had to leave that person where they are for this reason, for the trauma that they refuse to heal on their own. And you can only do but so much for them before they start dragging you down too. You can be in the water trying to save somebody from drowning, but you know what happens when people don't want to be saved? They pull you down. Yeah. They're like an anchor. Yeah. That's exactly how it feels.
You have to be careful with that too. We talked about this on our addictions episode. We talked about addictions.
Yeah.
And believing in a higher power. Some people are addicted to their own drama. They are addicted to the stories that they keep telling. They got to, like you said, somebody always got to paint somebody as a villain. They're addicted to this, they wronged me and that is why I feel this way. And it's like, you know, eventually you got to let it go.
Right.
Eventually you have to let it go. Right. Or people will manipulate you into feeling like somehow now you're responsible for, you know, acting a certain way so you don't trigger them. People's triggers are their own responsibility. Okay.
Yes, because your light can irritate people's demons.
That's true. That is true.
And that's why you'll notice some signs like they'll try to shut you down, try to humble you. Like all of a sudden they're annoyed with you and you ain't even doing nothing wrong. Then you looking at yourself like, damn, did I do something wrong? Am I being annoying?
I can say that I've been on both ends of that stick. I've been a person that has been done to me, and I know I can recall clearly a time that I may have made somebody feel, shut down or humbled somebody.
Yeah.
And I can't speak specifically to what it is, but I know I'm not innocent of doing that. But people will definitely try to trap you in their web of chaos.
Yes.
Because that's their fulfillment. They're used to that. If it's not chaotic and if it's not always some drama happening, they're not at peace. They're just used to it. That's another thing. Some people are just so used to the toxic cycle. It's like when they come into something peaceful, and I have experienced that when you come into something peaceful, it's like anxiety. It's like, oh shit, when is the other shoe gonna drop? When am I gonna catch him doing something? You know what I mean? That's a real trauma response.
Yeah. That's like, and now imagine connecting with somebody that's like that. You start absorbing all of their energy.
Yes.
And I've dealt with that before. I've dealt with people who were alcoholics, people who had mental illnesses, and it's not their fault, but they're not doing anything to cope.
Part.
Yeah.
That's the part. How they are coping. What are they doing to manage these things? That's what makes a difference in any soul tie or connection with a person. I do soul tie, no disrespect to, people who are very big on soul ties. I believe in soul ties. I have a soul and I'm tied to people, attachments. It's all words. Yeah. Words, y'all. It's just words. Yep. But y'all know what we mean when we say soul tie or connection. Definitely I have been guilted into, I felt guilty and it made me stay in things longer than I should have. Yes. Because I'm a naturally compassionate person and I empathize a lot, sometimes to a fault. And some connections, some people will call it, you're my soulmate or you are my twin flame or this and that. And that is an abusive tactic to get you to question what your insides are telling you, So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
Are you being manipulated?
Right. That goes back to really pick and choose who you give
access.
How
can a person, this isn't on our cue card, but what is something that a person can do to read a person or get to know? What are some ways that you can get to know a person's character? What is something
ask a lot of questions?
Something for me, I like to see. Questions are good, of course, but people can lie.
Oh, that's true.
One thing that I like is to see how they interact with their family, with their friends. Who are they when they're not with you?
Yeah.
Who do they have friends that they talk to often? How are they talking to their friends?
How are they talking to their children?
That's super
the mother of their
important.
child,
how
the father of their child,
about the parent of their children if there is another person involved. Super important. This is how you get to know the character of the people that you're giving access to your body. Okay.
Watch how they respond to you when you do things.
Yes.
Good or bad.
Right. If you say, hey baby, I have this happening tonight. I'm sorry I can't make it. This is really important.
Yeah.
Are they guilt tripping you? Are you being, swayed into feeling bad and now you're second guessing if you have to cancel on your friends? That's not okay. Your partner should give you the time and respect. You're going to go back to them anyway. Yes. They're your partner. They're probably getting more attention from you than anybody else.
Right.
So that's one thing when people start to guilt trip you for having a life outside of them. That is like the first sign that, okay, maybe I don't need to give myself or connect with this person in that way. Okay. What else? Yes. What is something else that a person can do to get to know somebody's character before giving access?
Dang, we made some good points. What's another good one? I want to say body language.
Important. Important.
Body language. If you're good at reading body language, that's a good one.
Do you think there's body language to tell if somebody is good at the act at sex? Because this is Sex and Soul Ties, and since we're talking about body language, do you think there's like a certain demeanor or anything that gives away?
Yeah, they call it, well, in my world of dealing with heterosexual men. It's called big dick energy.
My girl Lotto talk about dick.
Yes, big dick energy. And some dudes, they really do give off big dick energy.
What is something that is considered big dick
I don't even
energy?
know how to describe it. I don't even know, but it just makes me feel really.
Is it confidence?
Yes, that's a good one. Confidence. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a masculine energy.
I know
Some
what you
men
mean.
don't give off masculine energy. Some of them, they kind of lean towards the feminine side to me. Does that make sense?
Something, no, it does. It does. Something, body language or a demeanor characteristic that lets me know that I would be satisfied is a leader. I'm naturally a leader. I'm naturally assertive, but when somebody comes into my life and they are not aggressive, but assertive.
Assertive.
And it's like,
no, Twitter.
We're doing this, or no. Like somebody who can check me. I don't like it in the moment, but after a while, I'll be like, okay.
Yes, right.
That is something
like,
that for
babe.
me. I'm sorry. That's something that does it for me, for sure. That definitely lets me know, like, because again, it's not all about the act of sex. It is also a game of, just that role.
Being a wordsmith, and
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's levels.
Yes.
It's levels before
the
we
type
get to
of
the sex.
energy that they just bring to you.
Boss.
I don't know how to describe it. Yeah.
Boss, provider, leader, grounded.
Yes.
Somebody who I don't like
the
nervous
actions,
energy. Like I like somebody who I like that grounded energy where it's like, because I'm naturally I'm not going to say I'm chaotic, but I am very high energy. I don't know if you can tell that about me. I talk fast. I can do multiple things. I'm on to the next. And, so I need somebody. I have somebody. Let me watch myself. Ooh. I have somebody who is grounded, and that balances me. Yeah. If it's somebody who is too nonchalant, not into it. If it's somebody who is overly not into it, like I need a good balance.
Balance is always key. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Big dick energy.
I got that big dick energy.
Oh my God.
Energy exchange. Energy exchange. I guess we can focus on exchanges that drain you, or exchanges that lift you up.
That lift you up.
Fulfill you. Feed your soul. Feed your snatch. That sounds so nasty. Fulfill your snatch, girl.
Yes. I got a transparent story to tell, just a little bit.
Go.
So
I'm done talking. Tell me a story.
So this was like the beginning of my intimate life, and I encountered someone who had a lot of baggage.
Ooh.
He had some issues. Don't want to get too deep into detail with drug abuse. He had a lot of trauma that he didn't want to heal from. He was just an emotional wreck. So connected with him, didn't think nothing of it. Notice I started carrying that energy with me.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like when they say energy is contagious, energy is very contagious.
Let me stop you. Let me tell you that you are gifted to be able to tell that you are carrying somebody, because a lot of people don't know. They just go through their day carrying all types of shit and be like, why do I feel like this? Like on top of the fucking 4 cups of coffee they probably drinking. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you really are carrying. So kudos to you for knowing the difference between your own energy and somebody else's. There are practices that you can do for that.
It was such an anxious energy. Like I would feel like all this anxiety. Like I feel like I literally took someone's problems and I just consumed it. That's exactly how I felt. And some days after I dealt with him, I went to yoga. And yoga is like releasing energy.
Yes,
I broke down and cried.
Stretches.
I cried in the middle of yoga. So necessary. I was releasing energy.
Yeah, definitely. I like that you were talking about that, because I'm pretty sure some of our viewers may be in a situation that they're not content with, because it's life and we understand, we've been there. Or you might be experiencing something. It may not be about sex. It may be a friend. It may be a family member.
It could definitely be a
yoga,
friend.
going to the water, dancing, writing.
Yes.
Burning papers with words on it, whatever. Those are all forms of release to get that meditating.
Energy.
Meditating for me gets me back in my energy. It lets me know, like, okay, this is me. and this is them.
Yeah.
So now I can come into and meet a person and not feel shifted by what the hell they got going
that
on.
definitely goes with friendships because we're with our friends more than anything. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you're single, you're definitely with your friends more.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, some friends, they do have that issue too, like trauma dumping and just walking around like a big dark cloud around them. You start absorbing that energy.
Yeah.
That's
And
a real thing.
That would be when we talk about soul ties and
Mm-hmm.
twin flames. A lot of people use the empath card or empath. Me and you would probably be considered empaths. Again, I'll speak to that like I spoke about soulmates.
Yeah.
We are all empaths, just like we are all healers. There is no separation.
Yep.
You are empathetic. Some people may not have a strong empathetic muscle because they don't see them put themselves in situations where they haven't practiced it enough. But we are all sensitive and we all have senses, and we can put ourselves in other people's shoes and say, wow, some of us who have had to
got
deal.
hiccups.
It's okay. Are they gone?
No.
Damn.
No. Someone got to run up on me now.
Damn it. Who can we call? Who like to run up on sets and do wild shit?
Right.
I don't know. I feel like all of us are empaths to a sense. And when you speak about carrying other people's energy, people will say it's an empath thing. But if you are still enough and if you are conscious enough and tapped into what you're doing, your body is going to speak to you.
Yeah.
That's a human function. You're gonna feel your shoulders up in your neck. You're gonna clench your jaws. Your hands might shake. You might shake your leg. These are all signs of your body telling you you're not comfortable.
You're not safe around that person.
Exactly. Your nervous system, which is the biggest factor here, right? It's telling you something ain't right. Okay, so that's something to look at. It has nothing to do with being an empath. It has to do with being a human being, not being in a connection. Being in a connection that you may not want to be in or don't need to be in. So, yeah. Were you done telling that story about carrying that person's energy?
Yes. It's such a crazy story, right? Short story, but.
So that is definitely an
That's
experience
real.
that drained you.
Yes.
That was not a positive energy exchange. We talk about boundaries often on this episode. On this podcast. Something that I feel as though when you come in contact with people that are draining, I feel as though you have to be clear with them. You have to set those boundaries. You have to let them know, like, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm working on. I'm sorry. Just say, I really don't have space for that right now, or that's not where I'm at right now. And put that space in between you to protect yourself because that shit is contagious. Tell me about a positive energy exchange.
You see my face. I'm trying to think. Put your thinking cap on. I'm weird.
No, you're not.
It's like a happy, good mood feeling.
Yeah.
Especially like
Positive
the
energy.
I don't know how
that.
Yeah.
I feel when it is a positive energy exchange,
Feel lifted.
I either feel inspired, I feel motivated, inspired. I feel, my girl calls it elevated.
Good.
You feel elevated.
Yes.
You know.
You start falling in love and shit because it's like I really miss somebody. I should call him. But I learned a lot from this person. He was a good person. I'm here because of him.
Why don't you call?
Because he's a very busy man.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a very busy man. So it's hard to reach him sometimes.
I'll let you know,
Yeah.
busy man. If people will make time for what they make time for. If you
That's
have
right.
that calling in your soul to reach out, and you're like, I really missed, then I suggest that you find a way, an email, a letter, a postcard, a text, whatever, however you gotta do it.
You a 4-page.
Not a 4-page letter. He might think it's weird.
Right. He might imagine. What the fuck? This
Dear
crazy
Stan.
bitch. Right.
That's funny.
Yes.
Energy exchange, a positive one.
You feel safe.
You definitely
That's
feel
the
safe.
word. You feel safe.
That is
Protected.
that seems to be like the theme of my life right now. Like if I don't feel safe, I'm not really giving it much of my focus or time. Yeah. That's the way, I feel like that's just the way I have to move these days because I have so much going on. All of my energy exchanges, they have to pour into me in some way. They have to pour into, they cannot, I am a giver and I can give advice, I can listen, but it's very limited because I am giving my attention and my focus to my kids. 2 of them, 3 and 10, totally different frequencies, okay? But both very demanding. I have a partner, I have businesses, I have creative projects. So it's like, if anything, if you are in my life, it's because you serve a purpose, whether it's spiritually, creatively, or professionally. Like, that is all I have time for. If you are here, and I can make time to give to those people, but if you are showing up and you're not pouring into me in those areas, and all you want to do is, you know, hang out, bring the bottle, do it. I don't got time for it.
Yeah,
I'm about to be 33 years old.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to spiral up.
If we ain't discussing, what the fuck was that?
If we ain't disgusting, we ain't disgusting, but we're discussing.
If we ain't discussing goals, and instead we're discussing other people, drama, negative shit, I really don't want nothing to do with you at this point. That's how I feel.
I feel like it's kind of hard though with our culture and today, because everything, when you go on Instagram, people talking about who did what, who did this. So
it's hard.
It's like the culture feel as though the way to connect right now is on some low vibrational shit. Yeah. Gossiping about people and telling me about who did what, that is not a way to connect. That's not going, if we talking about sex and soul ties, that's not a way to get me in the mood. I'm not gonna be turned on if you telling me about your baby mama drama or what your mama done did, or like, that's not.
Some girl on Facebook, tell me what she did. Guess you saw what she posted. I can care less what the fuck she posted.
That's not a way to connect. I feel as though a way to connect would be, let's talk about, if you want to be kinky, we talk about fantasies. We talk about your experiences. We talk about goals. We talk about, you know, the human experience, things like that.
Right. And we can talk about like some wild shit, but if it leads to chaos, then leave me out of it.
What Jill Scott say? You're here, I'm pleased, I really did your company. Listen to that song. That is a beautiful vibe. That is setting a vibe right there. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation. Okay, she nailed it. She hit it on the head. What that mean?
Oh no, I'm just like, yes, that too. Affirmation.
Affirmation time. And we are back. We about to wrap this thing up with some affirmations. You know how we do.
Affirmations. What affirmations you got? Why am I shaking it like this?
Keep doing it. Find the rhythm, girl. Hey. Hey.
There you go.
We not giving our bodies away
to
people who can't please me in other ways. Like my spirituality, like my mentality.
Hey.
Nah, we not giving our pussy away.
Hey!
Nah. That's my affirmation. What you got?
Yeah, I ain't gonna sing it, but
give me some bars. Or speak it.
I'ma speak it and then you can sing it.
Come on.
I'ma honor my body. I will honor my body.
I like that.
Yes.
We honor our body.
Yes. My pussy is gold.
Ooh. Pussy is golden. Drip drop.
Yes. My pussy is gold.
The pussy is golden. Ooh.
I know my worth.
I like that.
Yes.
Know your worth, ladies. Know your worth, fellas.
Yes.
Don't be giving that shit up to no broke fella. Don't be giving that shit up to no broke, no bump, no low vibrational, And is an insult, okay? Because we don't want to do too much. What else we got?
Hey, yo, dog.
So basically, be intentional.
Yes.
With who we're giving it away to.
Yes.
We are golden. I don't like that. I don't like how it sounds on a drum. Our pussy is golden. Yes. I feel like I need to say that more confidently.
Pussy is gold.
The pussy is golden.
Yes.
Are we only speaking to the women though? What if there's men watching?
I need like a Donald Trump hat and it should say, make sex sacred again.
Ooh. Make sex sacred again. Facts. is an art. Connection is sacred.
Bring foreplay back.
I feel so aggressive with this damn drum.
Want me to switch? You want to switch?
No.
He like, now let me feel my drum energy.
Let it flow.
Yes.
What else we got? Soul ties.
Learn to love yourself first so you know what you want. I learned to love myself.
I
love
learned to
myself.
love myself
physically.
first. Yeah. I feel as though toxic. We need to have an affirmation for toxicity. Even though we all have toxic traits about ourselves, I feel as though we need to have a protective affirmation. I feel like we should give the people a protective affirmation that they can use in those energy exchanges that are draining. Okay.
My energy is protected. My energy is sacred.
I like that. I feel like I'm going to say, okay, I'm seeing what spirit want me to share with y'all, right? We don't have to carry and we don't have to absorb things that do not belong to us.
Okay. I got one too.
That's all I got. Protect your peace, protect your space. Don't give your body away just because somebody appears to be safe.
Right.
Get to know them, ask questions, see who they are outside of what they portray to you.
Yes.
Everybody has a representative mask.
Yes.
See who they are behind that.
And if you do run into those issues, their energy is not yours to keep. Release it.
Carrying y'all shit.
Right.
Y'all better go to the laundromat.
Your energy is not my energy.
That's true.
Your energy is not going to fuck up my energy.
That's right. That takes, I like that noise. Do it again. God damn, that's so great.
I got a strong tongue.
You got a strong tongue. Girl.
I got.
And that is, we gonna wrap it up on that note. Yeah. And the strong tongue and Carmen and the affirmation. All right, y'all. It's been a dope episode of Sex and Soul Ties. You can expect to see us talking about this once a month. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe to BWC Media Network. And we will see you next time on the next episode of The Warlock.
Bye.